Hello, we are live. Whoop, whoop. This is so exciting. Welcome. There you go. Put your hat on. Put your hat on, Adela May. Welcome to the very, very, very first Women Celebrating Too Much Women. Are we too much?
We're too much.
We are too much. And we're actually really, really, really proud of it. So everybody, if you've ever been called too much by any manner or means in any which way, this show is for you. And what we're doing is we're celebrating you. So you are my very first guest on episode number #1. How exciting is this? So welcome, Adela May, founder of Jackdaw. I would like, well, first of all, I need to tell people who I am. My name's Amanda Fitzgerald, and I used to be called the Ultimate Door Opener, and now I am known as Major Visibility. And I've got this very military jacket, so I'm really walking that talking. And I love helping women to find their voices so that they can just go out there and just basically sing from the rooftops about how bloody brilliant you are, no matter what they say, no matter what your mum says, your brother says, your partner says, or that person at the back of the room when you were giving a talk and they were just looking down at their phone all the time. Who cares? Because we are too much and we love being too much. Because if you don't love yourself, then who in hell gonna love you? Sorry to quote Rue.
Hey, Rue.
Hey, Rue, hey, Rue, hey, Rue. Adela, thank you for joining the very first one. These are going to be quick. They're going to be snappy, so you can go and have your lunch. It's a 1:00. Every Wednesday, we're going to be doing these at 1:00. So we're going to be getting some really interesting guests, and you are the first. So first through the door, Adela, tell us about you. And I've got one question. If you had a loud hailer, I'm going to pass it to you, right? Here's the loud hailer. What is your too muchness?
You know, my too muchness is my absolute passion for nature, sustainability. I mean, you've known me a long time. I'm always going on and on and on about sustainability this and sustainability that. And people do turn off and get a bit bored with it, but I don't care because it's my passion. It's what I've been doing like forever, from uni, hugging trees, talking to trees. You know my backstory. I was out in the Peruvian Amazon literally trying to save the rainforest single-handedly. I mean, like, for real. Hi, Nicole. For real, that's what I was trying to do. So this is just something that I'm not going to stop talking about. And if it's too much for people, it's just, that's their problem. It's not too much for me. And when we had, was it earlier in the year, one of the PR circles, and
one of the major visibility circles held in London every second Wednesday.
Second Wednesday of the month. And you gave us the amazing space to be able to get up and say like our big message in front of people for witnessing. And I didn't actually plan on saying something, but I literally jumped up and just said, I've got it. I really want to help women in tech connect with nature or reconnect with nature. And why is because we spend all day long, I'm a woman in tech, on the computer, hyper focused, plugged into, you know, AI and all the rest of it. And we really do need to get off our butts, and get out into nature and reconnect with something like more organic. We absolutely have to. So I'm too much talking about that.
So, and that has turned into your superpower, would you not say?
That is my superpower. My meme is talk to a tree, not ChatGPT. And actually, I have you to thank for that because I was featured in Brand New, and I know Olivia is a friend of yours.
Yes, yeah. Woo, look at that.
Yes. Talk to a tree, not ChatGPT. And a couple of weeks ago now, I presented at the Women of Web Summit, and it all kind of pivoted off of this article. I presented to a community all over the world, lots of Australian web designers in there, presented alongside a lot of other web designers, and people loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I was so touched. I was like, yeah, my message is important, and it's, you know, going to be too much.
It's going to be too much, but do you know what? It is such a crucial message. And I was listening the other day to my hero, Jeremy Vine, and hi, Kate Porter. Great to see you here. You'll be on the show very soon. And he was actually talking to a professional tree hugger down at the Devonshire Fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was explaining the benefits of hugging trees. And And I thought, wow, that's really great having somebody, a real wellness kind of woo-woo type person. But actually, we all need to engage in tree hugging. And I am a closet tree hugger. Well, actually, the other day I was hugging a tree, this beautiful big oak. I think they're just incredible. Whenever I always give it a kiss at the end. And it's just so lovely. But you don't say hug a tree, you say talk to a tree, not ChatGPT. Just explain a bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So in my day-to-day, I mean, I'm lucky. I live right near some really lovely countryside. So I'm walking, and I call it like walking and talking. So I go out first thing for inspiration. So I'm literally listening to nature. I'm listening to myself. I'm listening for like insights and inspiration. When I come and start work, the idea is I'm really, really full of some lovely, genuine, organic insights from nature. So that's what I mean by talking to nature and listening to nature. And then throughout the day, I'm basically hyper-focused. I'm starting to overload. I'm getting probably a headache. I'm feeling a bit discombobulated. I love that word. So I go out again into nature and I defrag and discharge, hugging a tree. Perfect. You are actually literally releasing EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies from your body into the tree. It is taking that in and helping your central nervous system calm down. So there's loads of science behind it as well.
Damaging for the tree? I'm just thinking about the tree. You're receiving all this.
Not damaging for the tree. And if you think about it, cast our minds back to being at school when we learn about how we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Trees breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen.
Oh my God.
Remember that. So we're completely in a symbiotic relationship with trees and all of nature. But my ChatGPT meme is because more and more people, they're going and asking ChatGPT, what about this and what about this? Well, why don't you just go out on your own and ask yourself, ultimately, is what we're saying, nature. Go out and ask a tree.
Amen, sister. Do you know, I'm in a mastermind group and it used to be really buzzy, messaging left, right and centre. What do you think? Oh, I've got this idea. And then guess what? It's gone really quiet. Because everybody is not talking to a tree. They're talking to ChatGPT and saying, what do you think about this new launch? Like this morning, it's like, I just said, I'm launching this. I didn't bother asking our friend Chat. It's just like, let's do it. Take action. And so I think a lot of people, well, you know, I heard this professor a couple of months ago saying our brains, if we carry on using ChatGPT and all the other LLMs as much as we are going to turn into obese blobs. That's literally what he said. And it's like hyper dependency on the large language models. Now, listen, everybody watching, please continue utilizing them, or rather harnessing the benefits of getting into the press, because the chatbots, the chat tools, the AI tools search you when you get into the press, and they hunt you down much faster and quicker if you've been mentioned, you know, because it's just literally the biggest, fattest SEO juice ever on the planet. Because people are no longer putting in, you know, tree hugging corporation into Google. They're saying, I want to go out into nature and I really want to find other people who do tree hugging. Where can I find that? You know, they're doing much longer searches and getting found. So I'm going to bang the PR drum about getting into the press, and let's just talk about room, going on a motorbike. Gorge. This woman, she's been working with us for I don't know how many years
now.
You at the beginning was like, I don't know, this is so common. This is such a common FAQ or FAC, frequent complaint, or whatever you call it, or a challenge. I've got nothing interesting about me. People aren't going to be wanting to hear about this, that, and the other. And then suddenly you found your golden nugget.
I did. So I learned to ride a motorbike when I was 50. I know.
43, babes.
I know. And so I started using that as a pitch for the press, and a lot of journalists really loved the idea, and it opened up to the bigger message, which is about nature connection. Now, for non-motorbikers watching, all the bikers I know are really into nature. It's part of the reason we do it, because you're literally going out and you are connected so much more with the environment. You can smell everything, good and bad. When you're riding on a bike, you feel the temperature change every 50 meters, the temperature changes, so you are actually kind of more
in the sea.
merged.
Whatever those therms are called.
Yeah, one of those therms. And then of course you're out, we don't go out like riding on motorways, we go out riding on A roads and B roads and connecting to nature and stop and really admire the landscape and connect. And it's really it's quite an intense way to get off the computer and to do something different, because you have to focus on where you're going. You have to be fully embodied and strong in your body, and it literally takes your mind off everyone else. And I'd go so far as to say everyone I know, including myself, we ride for our mental health. When I'm working, I work long days, tech can be intense, and you're absorbing so much information. Like you really have to take care of your mental health so much more than ever before. So for me, hugging a tree, talking to a tree, riding a motorbike, all of it. That's the big two. And you can't ever get too much of nature. But
no. And then the press actually loved your 50-year-old self going out riding a motorbike, amongst all these men. And then you got featured in MS, what's it called, Motorcycling News. You've had a lot of coverage as a result of that. And then it's led on to other things, hasn't it?
It has. And that the first piece that I did was in the Metro, and I just thought, it's just a little feature with two other people. 2 years later, the BBC picked it up and emailed me just before Christmas and said, "Are you still riding your motorbike down Cheddar Gorge on Christmas Day?" And I'm like, hell yes, I am still doing that. So they actually, I didn't know they were going to do this. I thought they just wanted like a little email article. They sent a journalist to my house with a video camera, and we drove up in tandem to the gorge. He filmed me riding up and down the gorge, and then Radio Bristol picked it up, called me on Christmas Day from the gorge. So it just snowballed.
Didn't you ask him for a date?
I asked for a date by mistake. I got a bit nervous.
For the BBC presenter?
No, or the DJ. I've never been. Oh, we live now, aren't we? So I was live radio, really doing my best, and it turned out that he was in my local pub the night before, and I just said, "Oh, they do great burgers. We must meet up for a burger." And he said, "Oh, that would be nice." And I was like, "Oh my God, I've just asked him out for a burger on live radio." So
is that being too much?
It's been too much, isn't it?
I think it's been amazing.
Way too much, Amanda. Too much, Amanda.
Anybody who's watching, I want to ask you, what do you do to, as you call it, defrag? Like, for example, when I was first getting into my PR, when I was running my knitwear business, I pitched, I was calling up all the time. And then I pitched to one woman, and she said, and I got blacklisted because I hadn't taken note of who I'd called. I didn't take note. I was like, I called her. So I was working my way through. It's called the masthead. That thing at the beginning of a magazine, and it's got all the contact details. I had to get into, let's just call it Heat magazine, because they're going to do a beret special or whatever. So I was calling the fashion stylist, and she goes, "Amanda, never, ever call me again. You've already called me 5 times."
You're too much.
And then I also got blacklisted by another woman because I called her. I speak Spanish, and so I called this woman Claudia as opposed to Claudia. Oh. No, my name's Claudia. So whenever I get a bit of a stitch going on, my defrag mode, like very undomesticated, is to go and fold clothes.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Also a bit of hoovering. I do something energetic, or I stroke my dogs or take them out for a little walk. So you go and hug a tree. Anybody in comments, let us know what you do when you've had a bit of a difficult situation going on at work and you just need a bit to shake it all off. What do you do?
Yeah, and I think I've started talking a lot more about like a nature loop. If you imagine like an infinity symbol. So I'm going out into nature in the morning to breathe in like the new day. And then I'm working and my brain starts filling up with other stuff. So I go back into nature and defrag, recharge, get new insights and come back in. And I literally might do that 2 or 3 times a day. It's literally noticing, oh, hang on, I've had enough, off the computer, out into nature, especially with a problem or a problem situation. It's like going, I've got really, something's wound me up. Okay, go out in nature, figure it out myself. The worst thing you can do is ask ChatGPT, because they're so programmed to be sycophantic. Whatever you tell it, it will agree with you and just make it even more worse and more complicated. So it's like resist the tendency to just go, oh, what do I do about this? Well, what you do about it is you get off your butt and you go out into nature.
Yeah, I love it.
Back in.
Can you see what Nicole has said? She has an allotment with the same motives. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love your nature loop. Is that your own IP?
It's my own IP, Nature Loop.
And I've literally just drawn a picture because I'm very visual.
I
think Nature Loop is great because we all work on our own from home. We have loads and loads of Zoom meetings, and it's like literally back to back. So yeah, after this call, I'm going to do a nature loop and go back outside with the dogs.
Perfect.
And, yeah, by the river. It's beautiful. So I want to say thank you very much. We're literally 44 seconds over. Oh my God.
Oh,
so thank you for the very first Women Celebrating Too Much.
Women.
Too much. Because we are too much. We should all be too much. We need our voices. And very lastly, if you didn't come on the Mutton March, it's going to be next year, 20th of March, I believe it's a Saturday. There's Emma Draper, who came on the Mutton March with her 2 daughters and her husband. He joined, and her 2 daughters, like 2 and 4 or something, really young little tots.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because they now say, I'm a muttonista, visible sister. And apparently they were going down the water park in Spain and they're going, we are muttonistas, visible sisters. So we can be too much literally from the get-go and continue to be too much. So I'm going to
story
muchness and celebrate. And what's Nicole saying? Amazing.
Finish with the hat.
As a marketing strategist, you're in. I love your hat. I tie my entire strategic thinking about how nature behaves. Are you two connected?
No, we've got to connect, Nicole. I'm absolutely.
You two are just like in sync. Oh my God. Roots and okay, you girls need to get chatting. So I'm really pleased that Adela, with her lovely leopard print hat and mine as well. In fact, hang on, bear with Paula.
That's on mine.
Here we are. There we go.
Oh yeah, we're twinning.
Matching hats. So Nicole, come on, let's chit chat. If you're a too much woman, you're welcome to join. This is not a podcast. What are these video casts called? It's not a vlog, is it? It's not a vlog.
It's not a vlog.
What can I call it, tech lady?
Live. It's a too much live.
A too much live. Okay, it's literally women celebrating too much women. So thank you everybody for joining, and I will catch you 1 p.m. next Wednesday. Oh, actually, next Wednesday I might have to do a pre-record because that's my major visibility circle.
It is, and you'll be in London.
So yes, but I'll catch you next Wednesday at 1. Thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.